And hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. Alright, so today we will be taking a look at users and groups. So sometimes you want to have multiple users on your operating system, or you want to create your own groups. We've talked about them, but we never really got into them because I thought it was a bit too much for, just getting started with Linux. But now we can start with it. I'm going to open up my terminal and just hide this bar up here. Alright, so first thing you probably want to know is how to add a user. So user add, and that will add a user. Although I would not recommend you just use saying user add. Of course you probably can, but I would actually recommend you go -m -d, or probably md will also work, and then you can give them a home folder. So in this case we can go /home/ and let's say their username should be Mike. So that's their username. -s, and we can just say bin bash. Now what this basically means, okay, wait, let's first finish typing it. Mike. Alright, so this is the entire code to create a user. So what are we saying? We're saying user add, we can skip this for now, and then we're giving the -d basically means directory. So if you wanted to, you can actually separate these two. It's your choice. But anyways, the -d basically means directory. It gives them a home directory. So this guy's home directory is in home Mike. And in this -s means that's the shell they will use. So in this case, we are using bash by default. So if I go here and say where is bash, then as you can see here's bin/bash. What we're using is bash. You also sometimes have CSH, or if you're in a really old machine you may have shell, and those types of thing. Now since I use bash and I know I have bash installed, if you use Linux Mint, Ubuntu, or basically mainly almost every operating system, you will most likely have bash. Other times you might have CSH or something a little bit different, but usually you'll have bash. But anyways, then you can just give them that thing. So if they ever use the command line, they will use bash. Of course, you don't have to specify this. This is optional, but I would recommend you do. And in here, you just give them your username or their username. So you're saying create a user, and just skip that. And why is that? Should be like that. Anyways, and then you're saying create a directory, and then that's where its directory is in home/Mike. My directory, if I go here and say pwd, as you can see, I'm in home/netsu. So home/Mike -s for the shell, and then Mike for their username. And if you press enter, you probably have to be sudo. So sudo, and if you enter your password, now you have created another user. So if you ls and just here, as you can see, there is their home folder. Now you cannot log in just yet. Oh wait, but this right here, that means create a home directory. So if you don't want to create a home directory, you can ignore that. And if you use that, then you can use -m to specify where the home directory is. But anyways, so now you can't just log into them though. They're kind of in a state of they exist, but they don't have a password or anything like that. So you can probably say switch user, that's issue, and go like Mike, and just press enter, and that would theoretically transform you into Mike. Authentication fails. Yeah, because they don't have a password just yet, but we'll get to that. Also, I just showed you the basics, but you can also do something like a user add, and then their username first if you want to. So for example, let's go user add, and then if we want to do Mike, we can go Mike -m -s, and then bin bash. Although the dash is optional, as well as the -d, because this creates a home folder, and if you don't want to specify where that home folder is, you can just ignore the -d, and then you can use -g for group. This will add a user to a specific group. So let's say we have a group called network work, and this is the people that work on the network, like the network administrators. And then you can add them to that group if you have it, and then you can use -C to leave a comment for that person, like I created you, something like that. And that will also create a user and then also add them to a group called network. And yeah, I'm not going to do that though because I already created someone. We can close this tab. Okay, now if you want to give that user a password, you can just go password, and you can say something like Mike. You might just want to be super user, and then this will allow you to give them a new password. So let's say I want their password to be password, then I can just type that 2 times, and now their password is password. Also, you can use password to change your own password, so sudo password, and this will, give you a new password. Since I don't really want to change my password, I'm just going to go and add my previous password. And there, my password has been updated successfully. Anyways, so now Mike has a password, and we can actually switch user into it. So issue Mike. I don't know if you have to be root. No, we don't have to. So see, now we are Mike. And basically we can not do anything, or we can do things here, but our home directory is right there at Mike. If we go here in Netsu, because Netsu, if we go ls-l, Netsu allows people to read and execute here, but you can't modify it. So if I'm Mike right now and I go into Netsu, and let's say I want to delete new.txy, so I can go rm, or it's ls-l, and just grep new. I didn't say grep. As you can see, other users only have read permission, so they can only see what's inside the file. They can't do anything to it. So if I go rm new.txy, it's going to say it's write protected, or you sure you want to do it. You press enter and you list here. It's still going to be there. Why? Because we don't have permission to do that. We're not allowed. And if we go chmod plus read, write, and execute to new, they're going to say you cannot change this file permissions because it doesn't belong to you. So of course, now that you're a different user, you can do everything in your own home directory. So if you go into Mike, then here's your home directory. There's not really anything inside of it. You'll have to create your own things. I think there is a way to create the documents and stuff like that for you, but anyways, now this is what you have. You can like create documents and stuff like that if you want to. And yeah, now also if you log out or end your session as the user you are currently, for example, if I go here and I say log out, then I will be able to log into Mike's computer. If I were to look, I can't do that though because I'm currently recording a video, so that video will be lost if I do that. But anyways, then you can just say, I believe it's exit to exit that user, and now you are you again in your own home directory. So yeah, that is the basics of creating a user. Now let's say we want to delete a user, because let's say they are no longer working for the company. We can go sudo user del for user delete, and then just their username, so like Mike. And this will delete Mike. So if we go ls and list what's back there, you can still see their home folder, but if you try to switch user into Mike, it's going to say, hey, that user doesn't exist. So we can actually go here and say sudo rm-r Mike. And then we can go just back to our home. So yeah, that's how you delete a user. And now we can talk about groups. So we now know how to create a user, add users to groups, leave them comments when we created them, and delete them, as well as change their password and our own password. So let's talk about groups. Now groups basically display, or is basically what you are connected to. So if we go here and say groups, now as you can see, my user specifically is in group Netsu, adm cd-rom sudo dip plugdev lp-admin sambashare and libvirt, which means I have permissions to use sudo. I don't know what the rest really is, except for libvirt, but that's unimportant. And I have permissions to be myself. I'm in that group. So of course, if you want to create a group, also if you want to display all the groups on the computer, you can just go cat/etc/ I think it's group. Yes, I just think it's group. And that will display all the groups on your computer. So there's root, and let's find sudo. As you can see, I am part of that, because as you can see, that these are the users that are allowed to be in that group, or that is in that group. These are not too important. This is just the group name, the people in the group, and you can just ignore this for now. We might touch on it later. And of course, yeah. And then there's netsu, but because I am the group, literally me, the user, is the group netsu, I don't have to be inside of that. Just like how root or sudo is basically root or something like that. Also, another fun thing, if you go su, then put in your password. So now you're root. So if you just say su, it switch you into root mode. So yeah, and then I'll go group now. It's not found. Anyways, but that's if you want to be root user. Of course, if you want to add your own group, you can just say sudo group add, and let's say you want to be in group special, because you're special. Then if you do that, then and here if you don't want to need a password to log in, then you can also add yourself to that group. Anyways, now there's a group called special. So if I list out all of the groups again, then as you can see here at the bottom, there's a group called special, but nobody's inside of that group. To add someone to that group, we can actually just say something such as sudo, and we can just go gpassword, and if we want to add a user, we can just say -a to add a user. I don't know why we have to specify gpassword, I don't know why, but they want us to do that. And then we can see the user, so in this case netsu, that's me, and then in what group, in this case special. And yeah, that's all we need. If we do that, then adding user netsu to group special, and if we list everything out, as you can see, I am now in this group. Now of course you can then give this group special permissions or whatnot, or only some people can have access to this group, and if they have access to the group, they can do specific things and whatnot. Now to delete a user from a group, we can just go sudo, or remove a user, not delete them, gpassword, and -d to delete, netsu for me, and then special, and removing user netsu from group special. Then if we cat, as you can see, I'm no longer in that group. Then if you want to delete a group itself, you can just say sudo group del for a group delete, and then just the group name, so special. And then the group has been deleted. If you go here, it's no longer there. And that's actually all I wanted to show you, just how to create a user, how to change that user's password, how to add users to groups, how to change your password, how to create a group, how to delete a group, and so on. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed and now can create your own users, maybe like a guest user or something like that. And thank you for watching. See you all in the next video.